Hi, I'm Jerry Fjerkenstad with Hermes Web, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how the web can be used in family issues and education. Now, a very simple part of that domain is the whole issue of values. People are always concerned, how do you instill values in kids? How do you live by your values? And this toy, I think, helps demonstrate a little bit, helps people see perhaps the difference between morals and values, between ideas that are held on the surface and things that really get down inside the core. Like a lot of people have good values. That's not the issue. A lot of people wear those values. They're almost more like a facade that we can advertise and we can say, hey, here's what I believe in. But the issue is always what shows up under pressure, what shows up under duress. When it really matters, do those values come into play, or do they suddenly disappear and you just do what feels right in the moment, even if it's wrong? And I think it's helpful to people sometimes to be able, again, to see this structure and go, yeah, you can have the right values up here, but how do you get those values to go down and plant themselves in the core so that they kind of get settled in there, they get secure, they grow down there, as opposed to just be sitting up here like an advertisement or a public relations firm just sending out the message, yep, I believe in all the right things. So we talk about core level values, core level change. You need to get values down into the core. You need to get them to where people can actually live them. And an example might be Navy SEALs, for instance. They go through this really difficult training because what they want the Navy SEAL to do is, under the most dire circumstances, when most people would forget everything they've learned, they got to remember it exactly, apply it, do it, make it work. Well, it's the same principle of values. It's easy to acquire values. It's easy to understand and speak about values. But when you are under pressure, do those values exist in your core and do they hold up? Do they exert pressure against the pressures coming from the outside that will wash them away? So we like to think that Hermes Web is a tool for having those important kinds of discussions, whether it might be in the community or it might be at home. But it's a way to make those kinds of distinctions to help people understand how values operate and the importance of how do you get values to be in play when it matters most. And a visual tool that helps people see the difference between those things kind of helps structure it inside people's minds so they really get it. And that's what we call responsivity. That's what we call getting the message across. And that's what Hermes Web is all about.